Climate change is accelerating. The United Nations Secretary-General warns, "We're on a highway to climate hell with our foot still on the accelerator. Average temperatures and sea levels are rising. Wildfires, storms and droughts are becoming more frequent and more intense. Many people are calling it a climate crisis." The climate crisis is caused by increased greenhouse gases in our atmosphere. They occur naturally, but since the Industrial Revolution they've increased exponentially as a result of human activity, mostly from burning fossil fuels like coal and oil, also from deforestation and land use for food systems and urban development. Greenhouse gases in our atmosphere absorb heat, just like a greenhouse does. The most common is carbon dioxide. It stays in the atmosphere for centuries. Carbon dioxide primarily comes from burning fossil fuels such as coal, oil, or gas. The other two most important greenhouse gases are methane and nitrous oxide, which last less time in the atmosphere but are much more potent. Methane primarily comes from agriculture and burning fossil fuels, and nitrous oxide primarily comes from agriculture, specifically fertilizers. Greenhouse gases act as a blanket around the Earth, so our planet keeps getting hotter on average, with weather patterns becoming more extreme. We have to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and support ways to offset. We all need to act now. Scientists call this the most decisive decade in the next 10,000. As a parliamentarian, you need to know that not acting could cost the world's economy as much as $178 trillion by 2070. Here are 3 ways for you to take action as a parliamentarian. Check the sources of your country's greenhouse gas emissions using Climate Trace. Stop all new fossil fuel drilling, and sign the Fossil Fuel Non-Proliferation Treaty. Stop subsidizing harm. Eliminate direct and indirect fossil fuel subsidies to align economic incentives with the true cost of environmental and social impact. The IMF predicts if these $7 trillion in subsidies were eliminated, emissions would drop by 34% by 2030. Support the transition to renewable energy like wind and solar, which are cheaper, healthier, and generate green jobs.